They don't have enough power to hold the French trench.
Fight for your own life.
And that's what it's like. Day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. It's like a paper shredder. I like to think of it as almost like the tide coming in and out. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. For 4 years, the entire war is fought in an area smaller than the size of Rhode Island on the Western Front. And nothing is gained other than the deaths of millions of men, literally. What must it have been like? What made these people do this? How did they march right into death like they did? And keep your mind, thank you for doing that, as to how bad it was. For example, the Battle of Verdun in 1916. 500,000 casualties on either side. So total casualties was 1 million people in one battle. In one battle. The worst battle in the American Civil War was the Battle of Antietam, which saw 20,000 men dead. This is one of the worst battles, and here we have 1 million men dead. Or you can look at the Battle of the Somme, which also saw 1 million people killed, but that in one particular day saw 60,000 British soldiers killed. And that's just British, not counting French and Germans. 60,000 in one day. That's like me saying to you, here's a machine gun. Go to the Bucks game and kill everybody in a day. Because that's about how big the stadium is. 60,000 people. Now I know this doesn't mean anything to you, and what I mean by that is Joseph Stalin used to say, a single death is a tragedy, 1 million is a statistic. You know, if I had said 50,000 killed in a day, or 70,000 killed in a day, or if I had said there were 2 million people killed instead of 1 million people, it wouldn't make any difference to you, because to you they're just numbers. But what is this doing to the people of Europe? Do you know it got so bad that by the end of the war they were drafting 12 and 13-year-old kids? And what would it be like, girls, if you go to school and there are literally no boys in school? None, except the ones without any legs. Wiped out an entire generation. World War I had an incredible impact on the psyche of the Europeans and literally of the whole world. What you are seeing here is 20th century technology. Machine guns, later on we'll see submarines and tanks, and 19th century tactics. You know, the way we've always done it. You all rush up, and eventually one of us is going to make it through. Well, it's a lot different when the other guy's got a machine gun. And even though they adjusted the tactics somewhat here and there, it did not change the war overall. Again, this is on the Western Front. Okay? So what we want to find out, and we're going to have to wait until Tuesday to find this out, Monday to find this out, is what's going to break the stalemate. 4 years of this. What's going to finally break it? How will the United States get involved, and what kind of a difference, if any, will they make? All of those questions will have to wait. Meanwhile, one of the things, of course, that World War I showed in so many different ways, not just with the numbers, but with the incredibly new ways of killing. We're going to hear about poison gas, and tanks, and all these other kinds of things, is it's really, really going to change everybody's attitude. They're going to look back on this and they're going to say, how in the heck could we have celebrated this? How could we have gone to war with such glee, with such joy? So that, if nothing else, is why World War I is so significant, because it just so changes everything that we think about war and the way human beings should be dealing with one another. On the Eastern Front, again, things are very, very different. We're going to spend a lot more time with this on Monday. But the Eastern Front doesn't have the kind of stalemates that you have on the Western Front. There's still an awful lot of deaths, don't get me wrong. But the fighting is all over the place. It's in Turkey, for example, or rather the Ottoman Empire. Here we see Turks going into Palestine. The British get involved, and this is a very, very important thing to realize. the British get involved, and they send, and this guy's name is just so important. We're going to see him again in another slideshow. The British realized the best way to destroy the Ottoman Empire, because the Ottomans have also joined, something we haven't gotten to yet. I'm kind of getting a little bit ahead of myself, but just go with me if you can. The Ottoman Empire joins in with the Austrian and the Germans, which is kind of strange, but that is how it works. And the British realized the best way to get rid of the Ottomans is to get them to overthrow their own empire. And so they send this guy, Lawrence, T.E. Lawrence. He actually gets the nickname Lawrence of Arabia. And he goes to the Middle East. And he starts to promise the people of the Middle East their own countries. I cannot tell you how god-awful important this is. We've got the British promising the people of the Middle East their own countries if they just destroy the Ottoman Empire from within. What better way to win a war than get to your enemy to destroy himself? That's the British attitude. Okay? What will that cause? Oh my God, so many things. So on Monday we're going to see what will the British tactics in the Middle East cause? How will this relate to terrorism? How will this literally cause September 11th? What will end the stalemate over on the Western Front? What's going on with the Russians, and how do the communists and Lenin and all this other kind of stuff get involved? And why is a little boy with a blood disease the most important person in the entire world?